Got it.
Got it. Everybody
Hold
got
on.
it. You don't have sound, Julius.
Let me record.
We're live on Facebook and in YouTube. Oh my God.
Oh my.
We're live already.
Oh my God.
Okay, good evening, folks.
Wait, are we live?
We are
We're
live,
live.
and we are recording. Before we start, I have June over here.
Paul!
We are
Or
here on
wherever
a
he is.
Friday night on our second show on debate that matters in FMA. Again, the disclaimer here is you will opinions doesn't reflect the persona of whoever is speaking. It's because we'll divide the team into two. One will be against and one will be pro on a topic. So before we start, let me get June in here. June,
Yes,
say
that's
something.
me. Oh, ay, wag mo ako idamay sa questioning. Ikaw dire-diretso sa questioning.
So we have June over here. Introduce yourself, please.
Oh, Guro Eliseo JUN Barja from here in South Florida. Welcome everybody to the JUN PAUL Show, and here we are for the debate. We'll go to the next person that I have beside me on the screen. I guess we'll go to, that way. Julius over there. Pass it on to you for an introduction, please.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just activated my predator camouflage.
I got that too.
My name's Julius Francisco. Most people know me for FMA discussion as one of the moderators and interviewee. I've been involved in it pretty early in the beginning, and so just trying to be a good voice in the FMA community.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. Next
Okay.
one will be Michael.
Hello, everybody. Michael Vincent Malanyaon, Cincinnati, Ohio, leading the MAKTAN FMA group here in this area. Hoping to promote and be good ambassadorship for all the communities of FMA.
We have followers
Greetings,
of MAKTAN now. They've been giving them a good review from our last debate. So pretty cool. Next one will be Anthony, Tony.
Tony.
Good morning. Good evening. Tony from the Philippines. Pugay po.
Filipino
Yes.
fighter.
Filipino fighter number
style.
1.
And now the last one for our panel will be Rodel. Go ahead, introduce yourself, Rodel.
Hi, good morning. Rodel Orias, based in China.
Based in China.
Yes.
Style, what style do you teach, bro?
I teach PTK. I'm part of the PTK group here in China.
Very cool, very cool. We are very well represented here. So we will start. The teams are, we have Rodel, June, and Tony against American counterpart, Julius and Michael.
And you.
Are you guys ready? Our first topic.
That guy. It's like, should I be hiding? I don't know if I should be hiding.
And, here's what we're gonna do. Everybody will have. We were gonna put in a timer, and I will put a time when you speak. We will give it about 3 minutes each, and then I will tell you when it's close to 3 minutes. If I can find my timer.
All right, and then on a side note, I do have the live on my phone going on right now. So if anybody there that's watching live want to make a comment on the JUN PAUL Show during this event, then I could actually maybe bring it up as we go along. So
Cool.
if I start interrupting or anything, just don't mind me.
So, June,
Okay,
you're confirmed
so-
that it's live, right? It's going on right now.
Yeah,
It's
yes.
going on right now, sir.
It's going on
Okay.
right now on the JUN PAUL Show.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not getting it, but okay.
What is the topic?
So first topic, should FMA be ran by a non-Filipino?
Damn, you went with that.
Julius
intro?
is scratching already.
That's your opening debate.
That's our opening debate.
Holy crap.
So the hard part, we get to the minority, Julius and Vincent. These are against non-Filipino, against the topic. While while June, Rodel, and Tony, you guys are pro.
Wait, who's pro? Who's
You
I'm
guys-
too busy
you guys are-
being shocked
you
that you
guys-
came out with this as a opening freaking question.
Yep. You June and Tony and Rodel, you
Rodel.
guys are willing to have non-Filipinos in the panel.
Okay. Yes. All right. Got it.
Julius, you got, and Mike, you guys got yours. You guys are pro. Okay, so we'll open it up. Pick a number 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. June
3.
3. You start.
Yeah, I think whatever number I would have chose, I would have had to start. I don't know. I feel like that was a setup.
Timer
right.
start now.
Wait. Am I on pro or am I on against?
You're not listening, huh?
You're not
No.
listening.
No, I'm not.
Pare, tagay muna sa alcohol. Dahan-dahan muna. Yan, okay na.
All right. I was pro non-Filipinos. Yes. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm going pro. All right. Look, I think if our own fellow Filipinos aren't willing to take it and grasp it and take and run with the art, then yeah, I think, somebody else that's willing to passionately take on the journey, take on the leadership and opportunity to just go ahead and take lead of it. I mean, it's otherwise it would be losing it dead on the vine, so to speak, and going away. So at least give it the opportunity to continue on, whether it be Filipino or non-Filipino, as long as they're willing to dedicate their time, effort, passions into a system. That's definitely something I think that should be open according to the answer and position that you put me on. And I think I still have a little bit of time. I forgot about the time limit. And
Yep, you do.
yeah, we got 1 minute, right? And
Yep.
If you look around the space, the FMA space, we have a lot of excellent practitioners representing and carrying the flag for a lot of systems. And so kudos to them for being able to kind of represent it when others are willing to just kind of take a back seat and watch everything kind of go by. So yeah, I think that's an opportunity to definitely be open. And plus, we are a community that is open to the globe. So definitely, I don't think it should be based on what you've given me. Yes, shouldn't be dictated just by nationality alone.
Okay, rebuttal. Julius.
Julius nagtago eh.
Well, I mean, that's a very long-winded answer, and I just have to say this: like, should James Bond be played by an Asian dude? I mean, a lot of people get pissed off when John Wayne played Genghis Khan, because it's like they try to make him into like a. I'm just quoting the newspapers at the time, right? They try to make him look like an Oriental. So it's like, okay, if you have a problem with that going that way, like how come you don't have a problem with it going the other way, right? It's like if Bruce Lee is supposed to have a biopic, should he be played by Brad Pitt? I don't think so. So might as well just not call it FMA. Might just call it like, North American Filipino martial arts or Phil M martial arts, right? I think that in the very center of FMA, there should always be that Filipino component that is at the helm, at least at the very leadership of it, because that's where it came from. Regardless of whether the debate that you're talking about is that the art is from hundreds of years ago, or if it's a 19th century creation, it doesn't matter. It started in the Philippines, right? Another question I should ask you, the head of judo, should it be in America? Because last time I checked, the Kodokan Institute is in Japan, right? So, I mean, why are we willing to put up with that when every single other thing is not like that? Where's the head of the Korean, the Taekwondo organization? It's Korea, in South Korea, right? How about Muay Thai? Where are the big fights that happen? Where's the leadership in Rap Minoderm or in Lumpini? So why is this even a debate? Like, why is it like, oh, you know, at the helm, it should be Americans or Europeans that should be the leader? That's bullshit. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not being an emotional thing. It's just keeping it real. Like I said, I asked you, should James Bond be played by an Asian dude or like a black dude? I mean, I don't need to go further than that. Just watch that Trevor Noah bit when he did a stand-up comedy about it. It's just freaking ridiculous. Why is this a debate topic?
You said you still got 1 minute. He's just going off. I was like, yeah, we should have been done with this minute, but damn.
Dude, I already know, like, I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
No. This is no trouble, bro. You guys are put in a category. Again, yeah. They don't agree with this, but they have to defend the topic. So, what is your rebuttal on there, Rodel, when he said something like that? You know, it came from the Philippines, so Filipinos should run it. So the question that I asked, you know, being a facilitator, what if, let's say you're in China right now, one of your student can be
we got Train over here making comments. Pero nakikinig daw, but she should be on this debate. Just saying. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, Rodel. I interrupted.
Go ahead, Rodel.
What is it again? What is it again?
Should FMA be run by a non-Filipino?
I don't have any problems.
Yep.
Okay, I don't have any problems with FMA run by non-Filipinos, because actually here in China, the person who started PTK here is an American, and then he did all his best to learn about the art, and then he also trained with the instructors. He went to the Philippines. He spent his time there. And then he's also sharing, he's integrating the culture within himself. And then he got the skills. He earned everything. So I believe that as long as you got your skills, you know the culture, you have the connection with the people. I think there's no problem with a non-Filipino teaching or leading the art.
You still have
time. You gotta take up the time.
You still got a minute and a half. Because I gave you guys 3 minutes, I'm gonna give everybody 3 minutes, then we're gonna cut it to 2 minutes so you guys don't run out of things to say. But if you want to pass on the baton to Anthony, that's okay. If you're done with your rebuttal there, or Rodel.
One.
Yeah, sure. Because I'm just checking the connection, because you know the connection is not really that good.
Oh, it's my connection. I just don't want to get into this debate.
June, don't cut your own team's time.
Oh, my bad. Hey, if I'm going down, we're all going down. I'm just kidding. Hey, by the way, quick one before I'm being asked, can the panel describe Filipino instructor? That is what has been asked.
Okay, I will address that, but you got 25 seconds left, Rodel.
Rodel, 25 seconds.
Right. Yeah. I think that's it. That's my point. That's my point.
Okay.
As long as that person knows knows the culture. He did his time, and then he got the skills. It doesn't really matter if you're Filipino or non-Filipino.
Okay, time. So,
Si Anthony hindi nakasagot.
uh, so the question again on the is describe Filipino. It has to be Filipino in the blood.
Yeah. Can the panel
Right.
describe Filipino instructor?
Filipino instructor should be Filipino blood.
Filipino blood. Okay.
All right. So as long as there's a Filipino blood in there, not unless you want to really be traditional, that Filipino from the Philippines. So, but we gotta go. What we're gonna do is, I know for a fact it's kind of broad too. There's some foreigners that are born in the Philippines that are Filipino. So we will just say with blood. Okay.
Okay.
Michael, your rebuttal on Rodel and June's
Position.
position.
So
Yeah.
so building up on what Julius said, I mean, yeah, Filipinos should be the one leading the program. I mean, let's talk about authenticity. That's basically the key, right? So sure, I mean, if you want to know the art and an actual FMA practitioner from the Philippines, that will bring that level of authenticity. It's that credibility that comes with it. If I have a student that says, "Hey, I want to learn FMA," definitely FMA is the key word, right? Filipino martial arts. So that practitioner is looking for that specific character in that style or in that art, and it's that authenticity that I'm looking for. I mean, that's why building what Julius said, you can't have a non-white leading the program. I mean, why should that be? I mean, the rest of the group or the head group are in their design specific countries because of that fact. The fact that you are bringing that style to and sharing it to the world and bringing that authenticity is the key. It's just hard to say that, yeah, somebody else could mimic you, somebody else could imitate you, and somebody could be a good practitioner. But the main functionality or the main lead has to be that it has to be a Filipino by blood, by character, by nationality to be leading that program. And I mean, just building up on the same side of Julius. I mean, Bruce Lee being substituted by another character that is non-Chinese. It's arguably look off. It's not right. And not only that, I mean, you're talking about Genghis Khan with John Wayne. Another one would be Charleston Heston versus playing the role of Moses, where Moses is supposedly in the Middle Eastern. Yeah. It looks off, man.
Time.
So, I guess I'm done.
Hey.
Yeah. So just to show you guys, the other group, this group, Michael and Julius, have very good time management. The other team have a player who's screwing up your time.
Well, I forgot when I started speaking, I
minus.
forgot that there was time.
In debate terms, they're supposed to get a minus for that.
Yeah.
They should be punished for that.
Yeah, but we're not that strict yet. We're gonna get there. Right now, Tony, with what Michael is saying, am I right? So that is a very good rebuttal. Another question I want to ask you is, since you guys are in favor of as soon as people who get skills, they learn culture. How do you really know they know culture? They probably just know it by reading or by research. But how do you really know they became, they know the Filipino spirit? You start now, Tony.
Okay. Let me start ahead. Okay. So basically when we talk about the foreigners, right? So how do they learn Filipino martial art? So they go to the Philippines, and how do they learn the art? They what do you call that? They go to the maestro. They give respect. They even what they call drink with the maestro. They go to the event of the Filipino. Usually, when there's an event regarding to our art, they participate. So basically, if you look at it, even foreigners have respect on the culture of the Filipino. And also, one thing that we're gonna look at is that even when we talk about citizenship, some Filipino go migrate to the US, some foreigner go to the Philippines because they migrate, they declare the citizenship. So if you look at it, if we're talking about the art doesn't represent any particular blood. Yeah, we say Filipino martial arts. Yes, that's correct. But the thing is, are we limited to that context? Are we limited to that physical appearance? No. We look at it as a, what do you call that? The value, right? The leadership. We're talking about that. We're talking about the experience. So how are we going to learn from somebody even if the Filipino doesn't have enough experience or leadership to take the organization? With regards to the one who is a foreigner who have worldwide experience and already dealing with lots of nationality and propagating the art. So
1 minute left.
How are we going to wait on that, right? So you as a student, you have free will to choose based on your what they call that belief that if you're going to learn from a Filipino and non-Filipino. So basically, it doesn't matter if it is a Filipino maestro or a
30
foreigner
seconds.
maestro. So that's it. That's my belief on that.
So
Okay.
we're gonna cut it down to 2 minute per person now. So
Yeah.
regarding what Tony said, we go back to you, Michael. He said that foreigners go to the Philippines, but what about the people who are here in the US or in Europe who's learning from a non-Filipino, never went to the Philippines, but are good practitioner? What's your rebuttal on that? Should they lead?
Should they lead?
Yep.
In terms of ambassadorship, if they really want to promote FMA,
Yeah, remember our topic is they should
Yeah.
be running FMA.
man,
Should FMA be run by a non-Filipino? For your side, I know it should be run by Filipinos only, by blood.
by blood, yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's a debatable question because how do you propagate authenticity again? I'm going to go back to the same topic. Yes, they could they could promote that, but really if somebody's looking for that art, that specific style, that's where you have to reach out even deeper. It's availability and accessibility. So if it's not accessibility, sure, there's a context of, hey, let me imitate you, and you could just go by and just keep on imitating a person until you might look good, you might feel great, but that's through imitation and not through the context of the learning it from the actual culture, the actual type of instructor or Filipino instructors that will be missed. There's components of how materials are shared, the Filipino way versus a non-Filipino way. There's a context of trying to educate how that is translated to the practitioners, and that will be missed. That will be missed if you're not an FMA Filipino instructor. Sure, the imitation's there, the content is there, but the authenticity and the culture of what FMA is about definitely is a miss. So that would be my perspective on that. Doable, but we will be missed. There's going to be a lot of missing components in part of the Filipino culture.
Very good. So on the other panel, when you guys agree that foreigners can run FMA, my question to you guys will be this. Does the Katipunan during when it was formed, was the bloodletting, was there any foreigners there being run? It's all Filipinos that fought. So how can you say that FMA should be run by a non-Filipino, wherein during time of war, it's Filipinos? So anybody from the opposite panel can answer. No, guys. Nobody's answering.
All right. Regarding the historical perspective of
Oh,
Katipunan and what they call this it's like only the Filipinos who participated in that event. Yes, it's only the Filipinos who fought during that time, but then they got help and they tried to get help from the foreign from the foreigners. Like for example, the Katipunans, they went to the Japanese to get the materials that they will need to fight the revolution. Then if I will add, during the Filipino-American War, there are some foreigners who participated in the fight against the Americans.
But my debate to you on that one, they weren't called Katipunan. They were a mixed name. So they became either a foreign ranger or a U.S.-led with Filipino forces. It's not pure FMA per se, right? So if you're gonna mix non-Filipino with FMA, shouldn't we change the name?
But then the core and then the art itself, you can still see the influence of the Filipino there. Yes, it is. They will have their own. There's still the FMA part of it, but then of course they will integrate some part of their knowledge or their culture or their idea, their perspective in what they teach or what they train with. But then, of course, if they would go back to the roots, if they will still have that connection. The perspective and the ideas of these people will still develop and change, and then it will still be based on the Filipino culture and belief.
15
But then
seconds.
the thing here is, as long as these people, they still follow the values and the ideals of the Filipino training and martial arts, we can still consider them as Filipino martial arts.
Time. Julius, your debate on that based on my question to them and based on Rodel's answer?
Okay, so I mean, if we're being truthful, yeah, sure, there were basically what will be the equivalent of like a full bird colonel, like a major that was a foreigner, but they weren't the leader during the revolutionary times, during the Katipunan times. Hindi pa rin sila ang leader. They're still not led by that foreigner. The central command is still a bunch of Filipinos. So it wasn't a debate back then. Why is it a debate now? Let me ask you this question. How come in certain martial styles, yeah, like a white boy or like some other race would learn the style, but they would never challenge like, oh, it's Moreishi Yoshiba's son that's gonna inherit the system. Why is this a debate in FMA? Now, honestly, this is kind of like ticks me off, man. I'm just acting, but think about it, right? You don't say the Dr. Hatsumi. You don't talk about it's not gonna be inherited by this white boy from California. I'm so pissed. Oh, I'm so hurt. No, bro, it goes to his son. Same thing with like some of those home guard styles, or
Your time.
Your time.
Tai Chi.
Yeah. All right. Wait. Hold on. We got. I'm gonna need to read some comments off the chat.
No. You need to respond to this one first. Then we will read the comments.
All right. my response to this one. All right, go ahead, Tony. No, all right. I mean, look, there's only so many representatives that's willing to take the torch.
Well, are you Pinoy, by the way? Are you from? Where are you from?
You gave me a
Samoan.
why you gotta put me on the spot like
You
that?
look like
Mate.
from somewhere, from Samoa or something. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now I lost my train of thought. Well, repeat the question. Which one am I addressing here? No.
Go ahead. Answer the debate for the question I posed to Rodel. Even during the wartime, Filipino warrior or Filipino katipunans were led by Filipinos. They weren't called American katipunan. They were called katipunan because they're all Filipino blood.
Yep. So
And there's always a separate. I'm sorry. Then there's also a separation within the U.S. military. The Bolo regiment is still all Filipino. And
Okay.
if you notice, their name is Bolo Regiment. It's not American Machete.
yeah. All right. Well, we are looking at a different times back then where a lot of segregation still existed. We are now in a modern world where there's a lot of coexistence and a lot of more overlap within communities, within cultures, and within nationalities. So it's a lot more diverse than it was today than it was before. Now, that being said, you know, if it's going to be led by a particular group, regardless of who it is, as long as they represent the essence, the culture, the style, the movements, the embodiment of that particular system, regardless of who that may be, as long as they perform accordingly, representing that system accordingly, by all means, they deserve the opportunity to lead the charge and be referred to as a system holder for that. You know, I mean, you could tell by a way an FMA person moves. By the way they move, you will see what the essence is of their FMA. So
Well, from what I heard June before, white boys can't dance.
Hey, you're interrupting my 2 minutes. You're interrupting.
Go ahead. I'm giving you an extra minute. Go.
You know, similar to that.
Teka, nadadaya kami.
Yeah, similar to that thought. You know, if we turn off the lights and everybody speaks whatever language they are, then you are representing that language. But now we are talking about in terms of movement, in motion, in terms of the art and style. So if I am moving like a particular style and system and executing to perfection, why do I not deserve, regardless of my race, skin color, age, and demographics and everything else, in current times, I should be welcomed as a representative of that style, regardless of
Your rebuttal on that?
nationality. Whew. Damn, I pulled that one out of my ass.
Saved you guys from the topic. Julius, response, please. Rebuttal. And then June, get ready for reading the comments.
All right.
Yeah, so there was a couple of years ago, there was this guy, he was transracial dude, white boy, saying he identifies as Filipino. How the hell is that? Why is this even a topic to us? Like, if it is a family system, right, and its stated goal is to be transferred to like the bloodline or within the clan, right? Why are you arguing with the founder? In Japanese systems, such as the one practiced by the Shinsengumi, which to this day is like handed down to generational line, you don't see the white boy practitioners or other race practitioners say, "Oh, it's so unfair. He's given to Junior. He's not even as good as me." Well, you signed up for that, motherfucker. So how come with other martial styles, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, Hung Gar, Tai Chi, whatever, Wing Chun, that's okay. But when it comes to FMA, it's debatable. I'll tell you why. Because a lot of us, we have like an inferiority complex. I'm sorry to say, I think this really ties into having like a colonial mentality. We need to get rid of that. If it's said that it's going to be given to a Filipino, God damn it, it should be led by a Filipino. You know?
Well, let me ask you, Julius. If you call it FMA, does it make it cheap?
First off, like here's the thing. FMA is really an invented term that only happened within the last 3 or 4 decades, right? Nobody calls that at home. I don't think it cheapens it. I think it was just a marketing ploy so we'd stop fighting each other. I mean, that's like really the honest truth, right? Because Guro Dan said that. He said like, when you make that book, don't call it Eskrima, don't call it Kali, don't call it Arnis, because his dad advised him that. He said, just call it Filipino martial art. He says that in The Bladed Hand, right? He said that in a couple of documentaries. It doesn't cheapen it, but what it does is it kind of generalizes that, right? Where in a sense, that's even not a good term because like some places in the Philippines within that specific island, even though it's Hispanicized, there's some sectors of that island that might not have been Hispanicized. Like there's like native people there or Lumad people there. Is that FMA? Because some of them don't consider themselves Filipino, right? I think it should be just called by what the people who practice it call it. So if the people who practice that clan style or whatever calls it Arnis, then call it Arnis, right? Maybe a more encompassing way of saying it instead of Filipino, because Filipino is such a limiting term. Maybe call it like Malay martial art or Malay and Austronesian martial art, right?
Oh,
Maybe that's more accurate.
Wait, Julius, you're defending the other side. Come back. Okay, so let's take a little break and ask June what the comment.
Well, first of all, let's put a little disclaimer. Everybody that's watching for the first time who didn't catch our first debate, we are put into positions whether we're pro or against. So we are debating accordingly. So don't think that whatever is being said is basically our own reflection and our own ideas. We have to defend whatever position we are given. So don't get all judgmental.
Except for June.
All right. All right. So we're going to go through some of the topics here or the things that were commented. According to Ace, I have met Filipinos that learned the art from non-Filipinos, but those people learned from Filipinos in PI. Or though, yeah. So thoughts on that?
So who do you want to throw that question to?
Let's see. I have met Filipinos that learned the art from non-Filipinos, but those people learned from Filipinos in PI.
To fight that, we'll give it to Michael.
All right.
So with that, it's already a third generation. so
you're gonna go with
they're learning from a third generation style that's imitated once removed. I don't know what you want to call that. I mean, the context is that if it's a lineage and authenticity, what can maybe it's all practitioner preference. Can they really gauge what's authentic and what is not? It's going to be up to the practitioner themselves.
You think there's something lost during the translation?
Yeah, it's lost in translation.
From a Filipino to a non-Filipino.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think there's going to be a missing components there in terms of the culture aspect of it, where a non-native Filipino learning it doesn't know what the culture is, not completely know what the essence of the culture is. The traditional factors of respect. A lot of native Filipinos will do the mano, where that could be completely misinterpreted here if you didn't grow up there, right? That's a form of respect that a lot of Filipinos do to their elders. Something simple like that. It could be translated in the context of martial arts. How do you regard or disregard your instructor in a form of respect from a Filipino viewpoint versus a non-Filipino viewpoint?
We do this now.
All right.
I mean, and I think just to get to that point of culture, right? I mean,
yep, we got what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
All right. So I'm going to continue.
Thank you. Go ahead, June. Next topic.
From
Sorry to cut you off.
from Train Pakiti, can the anti-panel elaborate on what would be the missing components if non-Filipinos teach? How are native Filipinos different from those who migrated to another country at an early age or were born in another country? Ooh, that's for the anti. She's got for both anti and pro. For the pro panel, how can
Wait.
Okay, so we'll answer
Let-
one at a time.
Yep,
All
we'll get the question, your second question for your panel first, June. So you'll be back and forth.
No, this is for the anti panel. I was
Yeah,
for,
that's for Michael and them.
yeah. Oh, so you want? Oh, so we'll go to ours first.
Yeah,
All right,
yours
for
first.
the pro panel. Everybody that doesn't know, the pro panel is myself, Tony, and Rodel. The anti is Julius and Michael Vincent over there. All right. So for the pro panel, how can non-Filipinos compensate for those missing components that the anti panel is talking about? Oh, well, crap. You guys go first because it's
Anthony.
well, we don't even know what the
Okay.
anti panel says is missing yet.
Okay, I just based on my observation, basically we're talking about the system, right? And then every system have a curriculum. So what is the purpose of having the curriculum? If because so that the essence or the technique will be passed down to the next learner. That's why in every system we call on our system abecedario. We some of them they call it different curriculum, that different multi-level. So that's the reason why even non-Filipino can transfer the knowledge to a Filipino or non-Filipino student. So if there's no curriculum on that particular systems, there is a vulnerability that the authenticity or the explanation will be not fully explained or gone.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Let me make, sorry to interject here. The topic is not, we're not debating about if they can't, we're not stopping them from learning or learn joining a system. The debate is, should they lead? Should they be the leader of that system? So
yeah, because
so let's say your art in Paete, a foreigner comes in there, maybe let's say from somewhere North America, and they start teaching that art. You think that is a good idea? You're not Filipino.
Remember your position. Your position is pro. So your position is pro. So that's what you gotta defend.
Hold your ground.
Okay.
Hold your ground.
Yeah. So basically, we're talking about the in every master, right? We teach, right? We can teach to other nationality or other person, right? But the value within it is you teach that person to save his life. If that is your objective,
Again, the question is, should they lead? Should
it's
they
okay.
be the leader?
It's okay. Not all of us in Paite can go around the world, right? So it's okay as long as they represent it well, right? We cannot teach. We cannot go to other country to have a seminar. No. So as long as they are well versed on that on our system, they can explain it well, and the most importantly, they give credit to where it came from. There's no problem with us.
Yan. That's my protein. I just
Okay, what was
Right.
the question of
Go, Tony.
to the
all right.
pro?
So for the
Not pro, I'm
anti,
sorry, the anti.
so for the anti-panel, can the anti-panel elaborate on what would be missing components if non-Filipinos teach? How are parentheses native Filipinos different from those who migrated to another country at an early age or were born in another country?
I can answer that because I'm that. All right. I'm blunt about this. Meron tayong concept ng hiya. We have a concept of saving face, which other people doesn't seem to have. I mean, if this virus pandemic has taught me anything, is that we have that and they don't. You know, the other thing is like making this relevant to like current topics. Shoot, there was like a ranking of Filipino food. If we can't even trust you to like rank our best foods, it's like lumpia is number one. Get the out of here, man. It's like, who made that list? Clearly not us. So if we can't trust them with our foods, how are we supposed to trust them with our most holy thing? The thing that kept us alive and was able to keep our culture alive against, you know, yung mga dayuhan, the foreigners, right? That's the reason why, even though we're, you know, some parts of the Philippines anyway was colonized by the West, at least one thing we could say is we kept our language. Not a lot of colonized people can say that, you know. I mean, I don't want to name any names, you know. I don't want to name any races or tribes, but you get what I mean. There was some part of the culture that was preserved, right? We're gonna give them that, our holiest thing, like, you know, where everything else they mess up like the best food. It's just a different thing, because like you have to be not born into that system from like cradle to the grave. Maybe not to the grave, but like definitely from the cradle in that influential time period for you to understand the nuances of that.
I have something to show you. I might get in trouble for this, but I'm going to throw it in there anyway. So after you said that, I'll give you something to think about. So right now, one of the leaders of a famous discussion is led by an American. and the thing. No, wait. Let me explain. So and here's the thing. When I met them, or me and June met them, we said he is more Filipino than some Filipinos we know. Why isn't he allowed to lead an FMA? So how will you guys answer that? If even our own Filipinos are looking at him as he's more Filipino than us.
Ain't those two guys with him also leaders of that organization? Right back at you. It's a triumvirate, homie. It's not a dictatorship, son.
Nakalusot. By the way, we still got a lot of comments. I'm going to save Julius from that one.
Michael, any opinion on that?
You know, I mean, Julius said it all right there, man. I mean, it's almost like crowdfunding, right? I mean, it's what it is. I mean, you say, oh, well, there are more Filipinos than they are. Why can't they lead it? Well, it's about demographics, about where you're at. Assuming you're in the Midwest, like where I'm at, sure. You know, people say, hey, that's an authentic Filipino martial arts instructor who's not from the Philippines, but the essence is not there. I mean, then you see that practitioner goes to an actual Filipino instructor. They already have a different mindset. They'll say, oh, you're a Filipino, but wait a minute, my instructor taught me this, but you're telling me it this way. So, and that instructor said, well, this is how we do it at home. Now, can that instructor said, this is how we do it at home?
Good point there, guys.
Can you actually tell me, a non-Filipino instructor, to tell me how do you do it at home? Well, you learn it from a Filipino, but where's the authenticity? Where's that character? Where's that essence? Where I could say, yeah, in the Philippines, man, we don't fight with freaking gloves. We, you know, we might use our chinelas for sparring, you know, and that's how we do it. I'm not joking. I mean, like, use our chinelas up there. Okay, go ahead, punch. You know.
So very good, Michael. So now on the other side, what if now a foreigner is really trying hard to do FMA, he put the time, and now he became an instructor. Now this is people, we do this sometimes. We go, man, this guy, whatever he does, he doesn't get it. But he is leading an FMA. What do you say on that, Rodel?
Oh my God. But then I've also seen some Filipinos who move differently.
Don't divert the question to another area. No. You can't do that. Help him, guys. June and Anthony.
Look.
So the point is, what you're trying to point out is, there are some non-Filipinos who move differently from the system that they're claiming to represent, right?
Well, basically he suck. So, but he's leading a group. So what do we have to do? You still agree that, it can work both ways, but right now you guys are allowing non-Filipino to lead, and he just doesn't get it.
Well, he might not personally get it, but if he's able to convey the essence, if he's able to teach the mechanics and teach the principles and theories to allow the next student, he might not get it himself.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't get it.
Yeah, he doesn't get it himself, but maybe through more training and practice, and eventually with his students, he might be able to pass on the next thing. Let's talk about.
And this is something like our trained Pikiti was saying. The essence, you're losing the essence. So should we not call that FMA anymore if you want them to lead?
Well, let's look at Pacquiao fighting Filipino boxing way. Look at his trainer. His trainer's non-Filipino, but is able to still pass on the essence with fundamental principles and theories to be able to execute accordingly. So
now, I can debate on that, but I'll give it to Julius.
I think you can. That was a stretch.
Okay.
I was reaching.
Now in the corner. So I can
patama sa akin ito,
Nahuli ako eh.
Mukhang patama sa akin ito, No.
Sa'yo.
I have to correct you there.
He opened a can of worms here.
I know I did.
Kung hindi ka ako. Sige, Julius.
I have to correct you because yes, his last trainer is Freddie Roach, but he had at least 4 different trainers before that because nagtrain din siya na Ilorde gym. He trained over there, and he had several other trainers. He already won championships. A lot of people don't forget that. He already won championships in prior lower weight classes before he ever got to Roach. So he was already a champion. His style is Filipino martial arts style because he actually started off as a kickboxer before he did boxing. So he did a lot of the sikaran, yaoyan type moves. Okay. So, and then his split entry, one of his favorite opening techniques is not a American technique, but more of an FMA one. You see a lot of Filipinos do that, suntukan. So yeah, the end trainer was a Banyaga, was a white guy. But what Roach did specifically, I can know this specifically because I know Roach, right? Is that he just developed Pacquiao's existing attributes that were already there. He didn't try to really change him. He didn't try to reinvent the wheel. What he tried to do was make him less unrowdy and make him more better balanced so that he doesn't trip all over himself. So in the end, it's still a very Filipino boxing flavor as opposed to a American one. And if you notice, and I have to correct June on this, Juan Manuel Marquez had an easier time with him.
As soon as I opened my mouth, I knew it too. I was like, shit, I'm going to get myself in trouble for this one. I'm going to get debated over.
Juan Manuel Marquez had an easier time with him once Roach cleaned him up. And in fact, the grand trainer in Mexico, Nacho Bersain, said that. He was like, now he's easier to fight because he's more fundamental. As opposed to back then, he was like herky-jerky and we can't read him. So in a sense, the old Filipino style was better, when it comes to that particular opponent, when it comes to Marquez. he would have done much better if Roach didn't clean him up so much like that, and he more had a rougher suntukan type style as opposed to a more Western influenced fencing style which he later had. So
very good answer. So
Good
okay,
answer.
so
Good answer, Julius.
we're
Teka lang,
going
dude.
to
Should we go to the
last
comments?
3
I still have a
minutes.
lot more comments that I haven't even like touched on.
Go ahead and read the comments.
All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and read out all the comments just to give it a go, and then you guys can, if you guys want to talk about certain topics, we could kind of go from there. All right.
June. I know. Wait. Very important thing. You have to activate the world one because when you shared it to FMA discussion, you only shared it to friends. The privacy setting. No one can see it.
Oh,
in Facebook.
In Facebook. Okay. Well. All right.
Later,
Well,
we got last 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Well, let me just read this, and then we could and I'll figure it out when I get off the thing. All right. Let's get from Ace Ramirez. Leaders and / versus soldiers, warriors. If the leaders are actually promoting the culture and not buying the past, I think that's a comment to one of our points there. From Train to Pakiti, for the anti-panel, as your team mentioned ensuing authenticity, can you provide examples that show Filipino practitioners acquired authentic and more advanced techniques in the Philippines compared to the techniques taught outside of PI? Ace Ramirez, by the way, I'm proud to be Filipino-born teacher of FMA in USA. I cannot choose who will take over for me in my academy more than the person will reveal themselves from their passion in the legacy. Also from Ace, I totally fell into this and didn't catch the pro and anti, maybe at the group. Yeah, you missed the first part of it. Also from Ace, some foreigners have lived in PI longer than some Filipinos here in the States.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Train Pakiti, got it, Antoken ako. There was a deviation somehow, and there was a conversation about teaching. Ace Ramirez, please clarify when you say led, quote unquote led, are they leading the entire organization or leading in the global region? Train Pakiti tells Antoken, focus guys. And then from Ace, Pac is not representing Filipino boxing versus a boxer who is Filipino. Good point.
Sorry, I have to disagree with that. I mean, because we can go to Wildcard June right now. And,
So that's kind of the tidbits on that. And while
wait, so
okay,
before we end the topic, I will go one by one for you guys. Okay, so we'll start with Rodel. If you have a non-foreigner student and he is excelling in your program, he is not your blood, you are in you want to pass on your legacy, will you give it to the non-foreigner or to your let's make it this way. You have a very good non-Filipino practitioner and so Filipino. Who will you give the baton to?
Of course, I will pass the baton to the person deserving the title.
What if it's your son?
If my son sucks, then I will admit I will just pass it on to the best person available, of course.
Okay, hopefully. Okay, next one will be Anthony. To your son or to a great practitioner who's foreigner?
My son. That's my blood. That's my son. No question asked.
Lumipat na na.
You don't have any foreigner students. Nasa Pilipinas na. There's no foreigner students where you're at.
No.
Lumipat na ng team. Okay.
Basically, it's hard to teach if the person is not interested. And because if your objective is to preserve, to maintain the quality, how do you pass the knowledge if the person is not eager or will not lend time to learn the system?
Right. So who do you give it to? Foreigner who is very good at practicing your family art, or to your son who doesn't want to practice?
I will give it to the one who deserved, basically.
You didn't
The
answer
one
the
who
question. You didn't answer the question.
We're talking Filipino and non-Filipino. We are talking about not my son.
Well, your son is Filipino, not unless you're not Filipino. Because we're talking about
Okay.
Filipino blood, am I right? So it's in the blood. So blood or non-blood?
The one who deserved, basically.
Which is who?
My son.
Either of them. Either of them.
My son still deserves.
How about you,
But
Julius?
basically, it's my son.
You're
The last name fits. It's
deserved.
the family art. It's my
It's a
son.
family art. No, no.
Your turn, Julius, to answer the same question.
I'll always pick family after that, because here's the thing. Why I don't understand why this is a debate, because in other martial arts that's a known thing. Like, even if the son sucks or the daughter sucks, it gets passed to them. It doesn't get passed to the white boy or black boy practitioner that was like loyal to them for like 30-40 years. They don't, bellyache about it. Why are they bellyaching with us? I think what that has to do is because they see Filipinos as like Asian light or Malay light, and they feel that they can push us over like that. My thing is, like, I practice a style like that. I know it's never going to be given to me because I'm not their clan member. I mean, I am their clan member because I signed a blood compact with them, but it still is going to go to his kid, even if I'm better than the kid. In how I'm going to do it in my system, if I grow, if I choose to end up having kids, I'll come from a Sith style. So there's always like 2 or 3, right? If my child is not that good, then perhaps like my daughter would be, or maybe their cousin, but it's always going to stay within family.
So, madaming kabit.
Yeah, it's going to, yeah. Yeah, maybe it's going to go to the illegitimate. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No, I mean, like,
Maraming kabit pa.
Michael.
because think about it, like, then don't call it a family system. All of a sudden it's gonna be Francisco, and then you're gonna give it to, like, Todd Berger or something like that. Like, that's fucking bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Got your point there.
Musashi style has always been to come to his
Alright.
family. Like Miyamoto Musashi, the historical Miyamoto Musashi. Why is this an argument?
Yeah,
Okay,
Why is this
Michael.
an argument?
Mike's turn. And by the way, time check.
Yep, almost done.
yeah.
We're almost done.
Yeah, for me, it stays within the family. It's a family martial arts. It's gonna stay in the family. Yes, it might not proliferate at the same time or not expand, but it's within the family, right? Yes, I might have an awesome practitioner, but it has to stay within. If my awesome practitioner wants to generate a spin-off from my own system, that's his name brand. That becomes his family brand, but it has to stay within the family.
Okay. How about you, June?
You're not asking opinion. You're asking like my stance, right? The stance
Yes,
is
your stance. Your
the
stance.
stance that you gave me. Okay.
No. This is your belief now.
Oh, my belief. Okay. Well, if
Where
it's a
do you
family,
give it?
yeah, if it's a family art, it's a family art. It goes to my kin. It's gonna carry on the kin's name, and basically, if there is a student of mine that performs a lot better, ideally to still kind of keep it within the family, I would expect, maybe out of respect and everything, that student kind of help cultivate the family and still continue to maintain from there, theoretically. But yeah, that my position is son or daughter, whatever. Which Train Pakiti said, son or daughter.
So
Or
the
you
debate
commit.
today, the topic of the debate today is, should FMA be run by a non-Filipino by blood? I do believe that the both panels did defend their position here, even though they were placed on a category that they are not willing to or don't believe on it. I do believe that us being here in the United States right now and seeing a lot of non-Filipino practitioners doing FMA, they are actually representing FMA in a good, positive way. So there's always a pros and cons in promoting a non-Filipino to lead.
But
I
by
do
the way,
believe that I do believe that non-Filipinos sometimes do great job in promoting FMA. We cannot discount that. But as a whole, for Filipino who has a bloodline, I suggest that we do a good part and make sure that the lineage that we are handling is passed on the right way. I think the debate on this is because a lot of GMs or a lot of high-ranking positions right now who are Filipinos are not doing a great job in teaching and relaying the message to the next generation. I think as a race, it should not be just Filipino by blood. It should be given to who's deserving. Now, if it's a family art, I do see the point that it should be given to the family. So I do believe that. But as
Rodel hasn't answered.
yep, as leaders right now, the whole panel here are leaders in their own particular art. It's our job to make sure that we are teaching, regardless of race, color, age, the proper way. So when they come out and says, I am a Filipino martial artist and I'm leading this group, they are really leading it and showing the right essence of being Filipino martial artist. Any last comment from the panel?
Rodel, did you get to share your position?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I did.
didn't get to Rodel's position. Go ahead, Rodel.
Yes, I believe that as long as the person um, is worth it, he did his part in learning the art, the system. It doesn't really matter if he's pure Filipino by blood or not. In this day and age, we need to have an open mind, and we need to be more accepting when it comes to sharing our art and our culture.
Any other comments, guys, or any
Nope.
self-promoting things that you guys want to do?
Yeah, I
Great
would like to
debate.
do a quick
Okay.
promotional event. Hey guys, anybody watching or whatnot, there is I'm hosting Grandmaster Eduardo Sinisa this Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, via online. So if you guys can check it out, join in. It's Zoom via online. And in continuing promotion of Barra Sugbo, I'm actually doing a workshop in Chicago. So I'm not quite sure if there's any Chicago audiences or Chicagoans going to be there, but stop on by and check out Barra live one-on-one over in Chicago.
And if you don't mind, Mike, putting a link on the comments so people
Oh,
can
absolutely.
just
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
see if I could do that. Yeah.
Anybody else? Last comments? Last?
Next
Yeah.
week we've got the JUN PAUL show doing a firearms event, range
Oh,
day.
yes, I totally forgot about that.
Range day over at Naples Gun Club. So JUN PAUL
Bring
show.
your guns, bring your babies.
Bring your guns, bring all your toys, and let's have some fun with metal targets and outside range, and yeah, shoot away.
How about you, Tony, in the Philippines?
When the just in case when the pandemic ends, feel free to visit our hometown during July 25, November 2, and Holy Friday. So basically, these are the traditions that we are promoting, FMA or Arnis. And if you want to join as well, we have got Manila, got Philippines, and Paite Arnis. We represent Paite Arnis as well. If you want to learn about our system, just reach out to me, and I can assist you in going to our hometown or to introduce to our maestro. And basically, just a last thought on the topic that we are discussing about is when we pass knowledge, it's not all about the reason behind the one that they gave money or they gave what they call that invest time. If we are the teacher, remember that the knowledge that we provide to our students, we what they call that we should be able to be truthful and trustworthy if we have that knowledge. So basically, that's the whole point of on my belief when you teach or when you learn. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Anybody else on the panel?
Yeah, I just wanted to promote tomorrow. I'll have a very cool female-centric episode in FMA discussions. A former student of Guro Sano
Oh,
and
nice.
Caligo. And also, I just want to promote my friend Vaughn. So if people are interested in learning Habanero Calis or Yaoyan in Southern California, just reach out to him. I'll provide links. It's not that I practice any of those styles. It's just that I owe that guy a lot. He's been very nice to me.
Yeah,
Been very
send the link,
instrumental.
Julius.
Yeah, and then as opposed to this, I guess my final thing I have to say is we can talk about like, kindness or whatnot, but when you sign up for a clan system, you understand that you're really not part of that family, even if you do sign a blood compact. Also understand that the reality of almost 99.999% of human history is nepotism, because prior to the kind of economy that we had now, in most of the history of humanity, if you were a blacksmith, like that means that your great grandfather, they were Smith. That's why that's your last name. It was handed down, right? The different occupations. It's been like that, pretty much until the advent of like the industrial age, where it changed. So it is like that too when it comes to like martial systems. Typically, the warriors of a particular tribe or group remain the warriors, right? In the Philippine history, you see that during the uprising against the Spaniards, and then during the revolutionary time, and then in World War II, typically the warrior families and clans stayed the same, right? So if you don't get the family system, just do an offshoot. There's you can meet in the middle. This is my personal belief, is like there's a compromise, right? Which is like, understand that coming in, but you can always start your own FMA system. You're not beholden to any one particular family, right? So meet in the middle, but be very cognizant of that when you start. That hindi ka naman pamilya, it's not like you share the same DNA with them or the clan thing. So accept that coming in. You don't bellyache when it's other martial arts systems doing it. Why bellyache when it comes to FMA, right?
Correct. I agree. Anybody else on the panel? Last word.
Oh, thank you everybody that was watching on live on the channel. A lot of comments and everything there, and yeah.
I just got an announcement. I'm actually going to the Philippines Monday, so I'll be there till November. So anybody who's free, who can probably COVID travel and wants to talk to me or practice or something like that, shoot me a DM here on Facebook. My site, Antukin ako, or the HDC Distance Learning. Next topic for debate. Hopefully the whole panel will be again available, and I'm hoping that Alex will be joining us also. One of the topics will be
now.
So you guys can prepare. Okay, the topic will be should dispute in FMA be settled by combat?
Damn.
Or no?
That's for the next topic.
Here it goes. Here it
Yeah.
goes.
The next
Let's
topic.
get it on.
Damn. All right.
Okay,
FMA
guys,
in
thank
session.
you. And we went over again. We were planning an hour, but because of June keeps interrupting us. I thank you guys for joining again the debate, and I think this is a good idea that we pulled off in the last minute again. And thank you again. And Rodel, I know it's hard for you to join us early morning in China, but thank you, and we appreciate you being in the panel today.
Thank you, Tony. It's morning there too.
Morning.
All right.
Okay po.
Hey, don't forget to
Alright.
subscribe to the Paul Show
Have a-
on YouTube. All right, later.